Hey everybody, Rodham here. Thanks for tuning in to the Philosopher King, a RimWorld royalty series of benevolence. Little reminder of what our rules and goals are. And of course the outstanding projects. Number one, I think, able to be checked off that list now though. So we pick up where we left off. We have a sizable tortoise raid coming in. So I'm going to rally our troops to go for some target practice, I suppose it is. I'm leaving Talon at home and Bubbloo at home. The brawlers don't need to be joining on this. Then, of course, we have the monument that I no longer need, so I will break that monument down. And I have the outlying goal of creating a castle. So what I need to start doing for that quest is to figure out what that means. What is exactly a castle, right? It's going to be up to my interpretation. I'm sure there are going to be a lot of critiques from you all. Some maybe less fair than others. But I'm going to do a castle that works for RimWorld. I'm not going to do a castle that you might have expected in the real world. A lot of people are like, oh, do moats. It's like, well, this is a vanilla series and you can't build water. But it's going to look like something. We'll see. Alright, so here we are in the Tortoise Hunt 2020. We could probably make a lot of turtle sandwiches out of this. And then, of course, this is really good for our shooting skill. Shooting a very slow and very tanky target allows you to level up considerably. Let's just keep falling back, though. We don't want to get nibbled on. It's also important to keep all your shooters within 4 paces of one another so that there's no friendly fire. You don't friendly fire within about 4 paces, but any further and there's the risk of friendly fire, of course. So that's another important aspect. So we were pushing Bubbloo to research double strands so that we could get this whole field double stranded up. In fact, Yanshui, okay, if you're going to eat your meal there, that's fine. I'm going to dismiss Yanshui so that she can start sowing crops. Okay, yes, don't be butchering. And Yanshui, you are going to grow overcook. Shay is our cook. If I... Oh, no, there's still a few up. Combat music's going to fade, but there's still a few up. And one more. And this one got knocked out and then got back up, so... Done. Time for a lot of lizard clothing, I suppose. So what I did is queue up a flak vest queue so that we can start making flak vests. Flak vests are probably the cheapest, most important that you can grab. Talon, I want you cleaning over cooking, or art, rather. And when you're free, do the art. There's one more thing I wanted to do when Faustopia is fully healed, is to run Faustopia, Shay, and Bubbloo over to Lepsis to return the last corpse outstanding. That I have my dead guest corpses. Right, so 0 is smithing up some flak vests. And flak vests are the difference between a wounded lung or kidney or something along those lines versus one that got shot out of your body. Flak vests tend to be the difference there, making them very, very important, as you might imagine. At least I think so. One thing I need to do is to put Talon into a heated bedroom. So I'm going to keep all these bedrooms heated and put Talon in this one. Now, once we flick these vents open, this bedroom will be a little bit warmer for him. Sorry, Shay, for interrupting your sleep. These prisoners are here for 15 more days. And this monument is here for 6. Not bad, not bad. Another thing I want to make is pemmican for the road. If I could get that out quick. With Shay. Alright, Talon's tidying up. So some of our steel components and cloth that we had left over. We don't have too much cloth left over, but some of it is going towards the flak vests. And what I might end up doing is breaking down our bedrolls to make more flak vests. We'll see. I could always sew more cotton, but yeah, well, yeah, I'm good without sewing it. All right, Yanshui, what are you working on? You are cooking. Why? Oh, it's probably not the right temperature to plant at the moment. Which is, yeah, okay. That makes sense. Fastopia, Mathis, and Chris breaking down the unnecessary monument. Some people told me to keep it, but I think it would be... Ooh, a Masterwork flak vest. Good. Very nice. Guess Shay wears it. I think it would be a misuse of resources. It's far more important to make sure that we've got our own people protected. And that means strong walls with the materials and not just superfluous monuments. I don't need any frilly monuments here, right? Alright, let's keep people out of this monument here. Entirely. Alright, so the double strand is done. The next thing I really want to work towards is deep drilling. And that way we have a renewable source of ores. Because at the moment, I can't make advanced components due to a lack of resources. So Fastopia and Talon still need flak vests. Everybody else has got one. Now that the research for Double Strand is done, I might tomorrow morning send Fastopia, Shay, and Bubbloo to go to Lepsis. That sounds like a good goal, a good thing to do. And then what I want to start doing is terraforming up the terrain around me to offer me space for a castle. But after I craft up some uranium turrets. Uranium turrets are some of the toughest turrets you can make. And they're going to keep our steel turrets protected. Uranium turrets are harder to blow up and can take a lot more damage. This, of course, is a temporary kill box until I work out exactly where and how I want to build a castle. So... it's important to get that constructed. And somewhat well protected. Looks like Pukesberry, you're ready to haul for us as well. Alright, so let's get these turrets up and moved. I think what I'm going to do is one continuous dead power, so that switching them is a little bit easier. It costs a little bit more steel, but like it's pretty marginal for the ease and effort. Okay, so we've got 7 turrets, 4 uranium, 3 steel, out in the front kill box. That's great. think what I'm going to... No, I don't think we need supplementary heat. We're pretty good there. Alright, so Yanshui is... she is, as you can see, planting. We got a work frenzy from Poppy, and I did say that I wanted to go and run that caravan. So, Bubbaloo and Fastopia and Shay, you are going to take Angelia for protection, the animals for hauling. You are going to take Pemmican and 100 kibble, or no, all the kibble. Let's just do it all. And some meals, Avish meals, some milk, and then I think what we're going to do is bring all of the leathers I don't see using for trade, of course. The ambrosia is worth a lot, but I kind of want to keep it. Let's also bring a bedroll, a double bedroll, and some of these sculptures. Bring the corpse. That's the whole point of the trip. And then bring over every piece of clothing that I don't currently need. And we are going to head to Lepsis. What I'm going to do is not assign the travel meals until we need to switch over to travel meals. Alright, we still have some bears out here. Oh, gutworms. Yanshui and Shay. Unfortunately, Shay, that means you on the road are going to have some problems. I think it's very important to haul these grizzly bears in. Grizzly leather, bear leather is some prime stuff. It'd be a waste not to do that. Are there any other bears out here? Are those the last two? Yeah, those are the last two. The lizard leather. Oh, Mad Wars. Okay. Well, this is a bit annoying because my caravan was about to take off. So what I'm going to do is let them pass and then pop out and fight. Just get rid of them real quick. Alright. I think that's all of them. I do believe. Okay, so we could reform that caravan. So it seems like everybody that works with food just got gut worms. Shay is our cook, and Yanshui is our backup cook. I'm gonna have her backup cook right now because I did strip all the meals out of the community. So Bubbaloo, Faustopia, Shay are heading to Lepsis with the corpse and some trade goods. And unfortunately, our cook is vomiting in the kitchen. That's not going to be good. Animal disease plague. Oh, boy. It's the season of diseases. I guess that's sort of fitting with what's going on in the world right now. So, Vredog, the donkey, just got the plague. Now, the problem here is he's out on caravan. Okay. I'm splitting Shay and Vredog from the caravan and having them return home. Because Vredog is sick and Shay is sick. Shay wasn't sick enough to prohibit her from travel, but now that Vredog's sick, might as well turn around. Because Vredog's going to need some R&R. Leaving just Faustopia and Bubbaloo. Oh, another berserk. Let's let them sort that out. Because, you know, patching them up is not too hard. Talon's cleaning it up. Yanshui is planting our Psychite tea leaves. And then starting on the double strand. Now, I do have a valid path for wild creatures to enter my base, so I have to be a little cognizant of Wild creatures coming down to the... Oh, we are getting manhuntered by snow hares. That's super awkward. Alright, Caravan Battle 1. Unfortunately, I got a little nibble. Got nibbled a little bit, but that's okay. Just a little nibble, and Bubbaloo is actually a really good doc, so Faustopia is in good hands. So, wild animals and plagues. That seems to be the theme here. Refuel that. Keep them a little warmer. I do need a warden here, so... Poppy, you are going to be our temporary warden while the king is out. Or the esquire, I guess he is. Or praetor, I think, actually. Alright, what is everyone else working on? Oh, you're training. You're keeping up training. Yeah, that's one of the problems with the... with having wargs as pets. They're pretty wild, which means they need... relatively constant maintenance to remain tamed, which requires training upkeep. It does mean that you get to level up your training, your animal handling often, but it comes at a cost of being required to constantly retrain. Okay, so we do have a good flak vest sitting here. That means nobody needs one. Zero is working back on components, because we burned through a lot of our components making those turrets and the flak vests. And then I'm hoping with Bubbaloo and Faustopia... Okay, we've got visitors, regular the lake. I'm hoping that they're going to be able to buy gold. I think that's probably going to be the case. Okay, I don't need raw bear meat. Faustopia was using that to train animals. So let's sell our leathers. And let's see what they have. They've got... molecular analysis, which is the immuno enhancer and the gastroanalyzer. That's a pretty good tech print. Pain block. Pain block would be really good for Talon, but I do intend to give him a pain blocker entirely. And then here's some gold. I'm gonna buy the gold so that I can get advanced components. I also really wanted to buy some psi gear, but they don't actually seem to have any psi gear on them here, which is really too bad. They do have some good weapons, but in my opinion, it might be best for me to invest my points in technology to make good gear rather than just buy the gear itself. What else? Okay, I need to sell... I guess I'll buy fewer gold. Alright, that's all topped up. Now we still have some... Oh, we still have Justina that we have to deliver. And then, you guys... Faustopia, you're going to get travel food. And then I think what I need to do is... something called royal travel food, which would be lavish meals and milk. And insect jelly. Now, the milk that I have is not going to last forever, but it should be fine for them to do some light caravanning. Cool. Alright, so Free Dog, you're definitely going to recover from the plague. Sleeping at home. Actually, you're dead even. But what I'm going to do is assign herbal meds to all my animals and then assign herbal meds to all my people. I have a lot of spare herbal meds. So how's my Devil Strand? My Devil Strand farm is looking okay. One thing I'm going to do, just the way I did with my original farm, is marble tile it up. Yes, it's a lot of resources, but this helps our colonists traverse this space more quickly, and it also helps to designate the grow zone as well more accurately. So yeah, it's just a nice thing I like to do whenever I have the means. And then once this is laid out, I'm going to figure out exactly what the castle layout will look like. I've not really designed RimWorld castle bases before, so it's going to be a little new to me. Poppy. Can you catch the Rego of the Lake guy? I know they're not running. I'm curious what they had to sell, because they probably have a little silver on them, and I ought to sell some stuff for silver, given that I just bankrupted myself on my trade trip. We can give them some herbal meds for silver. That's fine. Alright, so the new farm, the southern farm, is getting the royal treatment of being tiled up. The northern farm I'm not going to bother growing. Hayfield and Double Strand Field. This would be South Corn Field and North Corn Field. Tea Field. Rice. Paddy, because it's short for paddock. Because I know there's... I think it's DDY, right? Now I'm questioning myself. Yes, it's DDY. All right, because it's... I think paddy is short for paddock. I don't know. Who knows? But whatever. All right, there's our fields are named. And we are tiling that up. So Bubbaloo arrived at this place. And we are going to sell off... So they have Mass Chaos Skip, but I don't have the Psi level for that yet. And here I am selling some of the armors that we had spare for silver. I'm so tempted to sell... they don't have any Psi armor, though, either. Oh, no, they have a Psi Focus Vest. But I can't afford that unless I sell a, something of mine. Which... let me try to buy the Psi Focus Vest. And sell enough pemmican to cover our travels home. Alright, there we are. Entering Plato. So, gear. Bubbaloo, wear the vest instead of the flak vest. Oh, actually, turn around. And sell that beat-up flak vest, because silver. Perfect. So one other thing I need to do is this Psychic Droner. It's not really been droning hitting me, but I had to clear it, right? You know? It could be dangerous, but it should be done, regardless. Bulk goods trader coming in from Averbum, or whatever it's called. Cool. I don't know if I have... Well, actually, I have a lot of blocks that I could sell them. I am block wealthy. Talon. I'm going to have you back on art over clean. Zero making the clothing for us. And Poppy, I suppose this means you're back on trading. Let's get you up here. So, yes, I will part with my milk and meat. Well, maybe my meat first. They have components. I want to buy them. They have, here's my pigskin. I'm really low on steel, but I can source that here. I'm going to part with more clothing. And there we are. We'll just give them every little last bit of meat I've got for those components. So the nice thing about these components is I don't have to make them myself anymore. That's the real benefit. They don't have any psi anything, so yeah. That was a big old trade for basically just components. This also means that I am pretty much bingo bingo meat. no meat. So, Chris and Poppy, you are going to help me hunt. I'm just going to hunt what's close. We got some masterwork pants. Nice. Cool. Chris. You know, everyone should be able to hunt. Well, maybe not Talon, because he's a brawler. Watching the sunset. Ain't that fancy. Alright, you guys. I know you're tired, but you're going back out there for a little bit more hunting. Oh, actually, we don't even need to hunt. We have all these wild boars that are just spoiling out here. Why hunt when you can haul? Alright, so the animal hauling should be... This is going to take me a little bit to paint, but it should not allow them on or near this farm. That way, A, filth isn't generated on the tiles that I am constructing, and B, my seeds are left alone. My Devil Strand farm is not consumed. It would probably be wise to wall this up eventually so that no wild anything can get in. And that's probably something we're going to do. But it's a pretty sizable area. And of course, animal grazing isn't allowed there either. So all these animals that are crossing over it should be avoiding it soon. Oh, is this? Yeah, this is wrong. Alright, Bubbaloo, Fastopia, you are very low on food, but I think you'll be alright. Mathis, go tend to Shay. Quest available. Guarding for Thekla. Duchess of Empire Spirit seeks my help. 4 prisoners from a crowd sleep vault. Hold for 2 days. They have sensory mechanites. And then, of course, we'll have a big travel raid. And we get royal favor as a result. Alright. Yeah. What's the delay on the raid? Raids will arrive roughly once per day. Oh, wow. Those are really big raids. So I have 2 of these giant tribal raids to face. Ooh, that's rough. That is really rough. I gotta brainstorm if that is a survivable thing. Now, I know I have a temporary kill box, but that kill box cannot handle that volume. Not at all. So, I'm gonna have to mull that over. Oh, Shay, you're starving. Oh, because you've got worms, yeah. Now soon this rice will be harvestable and then we'll have royal food again. I might have to pass on that mission. It just derails my other projects that you all voted for too severely. As much as fun it would be to face 1, 10, 15, like 55, 60 tribals. Our current base cannot handle that. It just can't. I'm being realistic here. I might be able to eke out a victory, but it would be a Pyrrhic one, where I would get the snot kicked out of me in the process. Alright, so let's allow some other leathers to be used in the process of making these clothings. And then we have Bubbaloo home. So, let's apply the molecular analysis tech print. which gives us unlocks some nice technology. Didn't we have another tech print? Is it on you? Yep, there it is. Specialized limbs. And then, of course, gold. So let's go apply the tech print of specialized limbs. And now this gold is going to allow us to make a handful of advanced components. So, just a reminder of what I just unlocked. We unlocked specialized limbs, which is drill arm, field hand, and power claw. Power claw would be very useful for Shay, who is missing a thumb on one hand. Drill arm would be good for Zero. Field hand would be good for Yan Shui. And then molecular analysis, which is the immuno enhancer, which heals up your immunity gain speed. And then the gastroanalyzer, which makes cooking faster. Good for Shay as well. It's also a good replacement nose in case you get your nose kicked out. Or whatever happens to a nose. Alright, so this expires in 5 days. Now, one way to accept that would be to use the free backup that I get. I'm still mulling that over, man. Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to think about it. We are all armored up, I guess, technically. If I had more... Yeah, I don't think we could take that right yet. It'd be pretty tough. It would put our guys in danger. All for royal favor. I don't think Bubbaloo, being the benevolent leader that he is, would put his need or desire for royal favor over the health and safety of his people. That doesn't sound like a benevolent thing to do. Yeah, maybe it's a bit of a cop-out from me, but I'm not wrong. So one of the issues here is we've got a doubled-up wall, which means I might push this southern wall. The border wall that I have going on right now is a temporary one. It's not and isn't planned to be a permanent installation. This granite one, this was just to keep the enemies out for now. And then eventually we'll have some sort of more elegant, well thought out solution. So I'm putting a border wall up here so that wild animals cannot and will not eat in there. And then let's also remove grazing yet again. Supplies for Ecolos. They want flak helmets, and I receive a bunch of royal favor. That is a lot easier to do. That is so much easier to do. 3 flak helmets. That's nothing. That is nothing. It does use up a little bit of my plasteel, but like, that's a freebie right there if I've ever seen a freebie. And that's basically the same amount of royal favor as the go kill 50 tribals. Yep. Those two things are not alike. Alright, so we're going to get these royal garden constructed. 0. You need material for the flak helmets because we don't have steel. Alright, that's fine. We can get some steel. Well, first off, yeah, actually, I think we need to mine it. So let's go mine up here, Mr. Zero. I still am looking for a lung for Zero. It's been a bit. It's been a slow find. Alright, so Zero. Instead of crafting should really be a 4 tier for you. And instead of construction, you're gonna go mine. We have a little bit of a fire. Oh, that's not that much of a problem. Alright. Digging compacted seal. Great, you found a different node that I've forgotten I had queued up. In terms of meat, let's go hunt some yak. That's sort of meat-rich. There was some mega sloth. Oh, yeah, there's one, there's two. I think if we hunt mega sloth, we're going to want a team hunt. Don't make flak helmets yet. Just mine up a whole bunch of steel and then make the flak helmets. I think Mathis is wearing a flak helmet, but it's a plasteel one and not one I'm worth giving up. I'm also sort of curious if this is like some sort of cave. Probably is not, chances are, but I do see it's hollow from multiple angles. Oh, hey, look, my, marriage is on. Chris proposed to Poppy. Poppy said yes. The two are now engaged. Congratulations, guys. Well, guy and gal. There's also something going on over there, too. But I might not worry about that one. Not yet, at least. Alright, so Zero, you are a little stressed. You're in serious pain all the time. I'm very sorry about that. So here's some advanced components that Zero is making. But let's make those flak helmets next. Because even the advanced components require steel, and I don't have a ton of that. This is Gelly's old building. I'm just going to wall that up for now. Alright, so here's one flak helmet. And what I'm going to do is forbid these flak helmets so that I can actually amass some. Oh, whole bunch of nasty turtles. Oh, well. $13 more hours for this monument. It's pretty doable. And it looks like we're getting some vegetables so that Bubbaloo here, who has been assigned to Royal... Oh, you should have had Royal Travel Food. I think he's just been drinking milk as a food source. But he should soon be able to have his lavish meals again. Let's cut to pemmican, though. And because they were making pemmican, they all went bonkers and beat each other up. Oh, Bubbaloo, you definitely should not be in this fight. Not as a brawler. You'll kill her. Poppy, can you land some hits? There we are. Alright, Poppy didn't get wounded in that. Bubbaloo, it's time to feed them. It's my bad, I forgot about that pemmican thing. Well, I really should have that lowered again, because I know I'm going to forget yet again. It's just my MO. Alright, so flak helmets. Faustopia, you wore one. I'm going to have you take it off. Despite it being excellent. Here comes the second one. This is cutting into my plasteel surplus or whatever. My plasteel supply. Which is not amazing. I kind of wish it didn't, but it is what it is. It also looks like we need some more meat. I think what I'm going to do is group hunts. So Shay, Mathis, and Faustopia. I'm going to have you go and group hunt the mega sloths. And rhinos. The large creatures really require 2 shooters to be safe, because, yeah, the chance of manhunts are non-zero. Quest completed. Mighty construction is done. I can break down that monument. I am not going to get a hailstorm of mechs as a result. That's mighty nice. So, time to remove this bad boy. And Shay, put on a flak helmet. Take that off. And forbid the last one. Alright. Perfect. These rhinos are dead. Hall 1. Oh. You... Yeah, you're allowed to hunt. Alright, finish hunting it. And then, are you going to haul the Mega Sloth? That'd be really cool. But I don't think that's what you're doing. Alright, for now, what I'll do is just put a marble tile in here for an exit. Well, someone will grab that stuff. Alright, as far as unpacking my caravans go, let's actually physically do that. They've just been standing there. VReDog, do you have anything on you too? No. VReDog emptied his stuff out, but no one else did. So we have those helmets, and then we have to figure out where those helmets are due. So this is at Eklos. So just jump to Eklos. So it is southeast of me. It's a night dame required, so that's somewhere where Bubbalo's likely going to have to travel to. Oh my god, what are we doing to them? These poor prisoners. How much longer do I have to keep you? Over a week? Jeez Louise. I'm going to take the ambrosia out. Because, they don't really need to be eating ambrosia. I think what we were doing is feeding them ambrosia because we didn't have the simple meals, but now we have simple meals, so that's a moot. Yanshui, could you clean up the kitchen? I know I want you farming, but that kitchen got real nasty. Alright, I am going to keep planting rice here as a stopgap until I get my corn harvest. The corn harvest is going to help flatten my food out a lot. So, Shay, you're supposed to be cleaning after you cook. Just trying to figure out what we were waiting on. And then, in terms of leathers, rhino and plain. Actually, I'm going to allow all leather except for Thrumbo for all of them. I don't really care what leather it is, and I'm saving the Thrumbo for probably royal clothing, because Talon is going to, or Talon, Bubbalo is going to demand at some point to be wearing royal clothing, but royal clothing isn't very protective. So what we need to do is make it out of very protective materials, i.e. Thrumbo fur, so that, Bubbalo, our king, is not vulnerable. Okay, so this royal garden is now walled off. Well, yeah, it's technically walled off. We're going to break down the monument construction project. And then when we go to the new town, I am going to be able to trade a bunch of art projects that Talon's been working on. Okay, Zero, you are making advanced components, which is great. These advanced components are going to be very helpful when we have bionic replacements. I'll be able to crank out some bionic replacements pretty quickly, I think. Another thing I'm going to do, no one's idle yet, but if they start becoming idle, what I might end up doing is rotten animals that exist in the world, I might cremate. Now that's a lot of manual labor, but it does make the map tiles look a bit nicer. Alright, so Shay is working on kibble. And a inspiration shoot frenzy for Faustopia. That's kind of nice. Which means let's use it. I want to kill the lynxes and anything else that could possibly hunt my red fox. Because I don't think Pukes wants to die. And then Shay, are you still cooking the same stuff? My goodness. I guess you are. I still need a lot more meat. We go through a lot of meat here, don't we? Alright, so bucks, alpaca, donkeys, boomalopes. We'll hunt them all. Won't be picky about what we hunt. We're going to have tons and tons and tons of blocks. I have thousands of blocks now. And that will keep our community fueled. Well, guys, that's about all the time I have for this episode. I'm going to get those flak helmets delivered. I'm going to have to work out exactly what I think a castle base should look like. I'll do that on my own time, and hopefully many of you will like what I come up with. In terms of the goals to vote on, I want to knock off a few more goals. I want to knock off proper defenses, maybe a crematorium, before I add any more goals. So probably next week we're going to have another vote session, and I'll announce it in the episode. If you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, do drop me a line in the comments below or hop on Discord to discuss. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you all next episode. Adios.